What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly from tonight's Monday Night Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a former WWE star forced off X, a legend calls out WWE for their high prices, WWE is going all in to shut down leaks, WrestleMania plans are locked in, is WWE for sale again, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now, as always, we won't recap the show, but just provide you with the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good, as number one, the presentation of the women's tag titles. A Raw opened up with the new women's tag team champions Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, and the segment quickly turned chaotic after numerous tag teams stacked a claim for the number one contendership. Now, the fact that WWE has so many women's tag teams over at the same time is worth noting, as this was a division and a title that was struggling, and there were even calls for fans to retire the titles indefinitely. And now there are calls from fans to see the titles defended in the Elimination Chamber, and it'll be interesting to see if WWE follows this up. The show also featured a number one contendership match that was won by the Judgment Day, and the two teams will now collide at Saturday night's main event next weekend. Number 2, Evans is a star. Javon Evans had another impressive showing on Raw in a match versus Bravo. Evans has all the tools to be a top star in the company, and WWE so far are getting his in-ring presentation spot on. Oh, and we love Michael Cole dropping that line of, "I think El Grande has some family in Germany." You're not slick, Michael Cole. Number 3, Balor face turn incoming. WWE has once again teased a Finn Balor face turn. Balor was seen backstage playing WWE 2K and delivering an ass whooping to Cody Rhodes, and he was called out by both Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. Balor would then interrupt CM Punk, and also notably, Cody Rhodes got heavily booed when Punk dropped his name. Something that was probably a surprise to Punk himself, as look at his reaction. But it was confirmed that Balor vs Punk is set for next week's Raw in Belfast. This is a huge attraction and is a PLE-worthy matchup for the Red Brand. I mean, is it over for Cody Rhodes though? Number 4, Bron Breakker is suspended. In one of the most effective segments in recent memory, Bron Breakker was suspended indefinitely after putting his hands on Raw GM Adam Pearce. This actually worked extremely well, and WWE has thrown a spanner in the works, as Paul Heyman has rightfully pointed out that Pearce placed his hands on Breakker first. This now opens the door for Breakker to potentially return at the end of the month for the Royal Rumble, or potentially even be drafted to the SmackDown brand. Whatever the case, Bron Breakker was over in a massive way. He got some astronomical pops for those spears, and Gunther cheats. A Raw was main evented by Gunther vs AJ Styles in a first time ever encounter. The match was excellent as expected, and a huge twist in the match saw Gunther actually tap out to AJ Styles, but the referee didn't actually see the tap out. Gunther would then take advantage with a low blow to win the match to close out Raw. It appeared that this is a story that is heading all the way to WrestleMania, and a submission match virtually writes itself. But that was a good what about the bad as loaded cards. The WWE is stacking their TV shows of late, but this means that the shows such as Saturday night's main event and the Royal Rumble are basically being forgotten about. As for the former, there doesn't look to be a world title match planned for the show, and it could be argued that the card is looking weaker than some editions of Raw and SmackDown. Now, there was nothing downright ugly on this show, as the show was well paced, and the live international crowd certainly got their money's worth with a stellar main event matchup between Gunther and Styles. But what do you guys think of Raw this week? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at a former WWE star forced off X. Now, our top story today looks at a former WWE star Gigi Dolan, as significant backlash has forced her to leave the X platform. The situation unfolded when it was announced that Dolan would make her debut for the Israeli Pro Wrestling Association. Naturally, due to her working in the region, this received vast criticism, so much so that Dolan issued a subsequent statement just moments after she tweeted, "I'm going to Israel. I've made the decision to not travel to Israel for the show that was announced earlier. My intention was never to make a political statement, but to entertain those who were not tied to horrific humanitarian crisis. I do not want to be part of this any further or give the idea that I condone the actions of the government in any way. I apologize for any harm this may have caused." Now, this didn't exactly stop the criticism, and a lot of fans commented that she should have known better. Dolan would then deactivate her account soon afterwards, and she has yet to resurface. Next up, a legend calls out WWE. Now, whilst fans continue to call out WWE for insane ticket prices, one WWE legend has also chimed in on the criticism. According to WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi on his podcast, WWE no longer has comp tickets for family and friends, and he also notes how it's extremely difficult for families to attend modern WWE shows. You would think that family members and friends, close friends, you still have those comp tickets, but there's no comp tickets. I could probably try to get like a discount, but what's a discount nowadays? Like $1,000 a ticket? That's still for a family of 5 and a man working 9 to 5 through the whole week, and the whole family loves wrestling. It's very difficult to be able to take a family to events. I know back in the day for us, man, you had tickets like $25, $50. I don't know, front row seats were $75 or something like that. But now, boy, you really gotta hit the lottery to even sit up in the nosebleeds, right? These comments are completely justified, and even Finn Balor noted on Cody Rhodes' podcast that comp tickets are basically a thing of the past. TKO executives have made it clear pricing tickets so families can attend the show is a bad business practice, and unfortunately, it's likely that ticket prices increase rather than decrease in the near future. For TKO and WWE, they are fortunate that the product remains somewhat hot, as if the product was receiving vast criticism across the board, then they would have empty arenas and would be ultimately forced to lower ticket prices one way or another. Next up, the new champion trolls CM Punk. Now, the feud between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk may have been over for some time, but this hasn't stopped the new WWE champion from trolling his former rival. McIntyre would take to X to state, "No t-shirt needed. This is what a real champion looks like." This of course is a reference to criticisms made by Kevin Nash, who critiqued Punk for wrestling in a t-shirt. And more recently, Nash doubled down on his comments on CM Punk's physique, telling him to hit the gym. I just don't understand why Phil had to come down with a jacket on. I mean, shit, just go to the effing gym, Phil. Well, now that McIntyre and Punk are world champions at the same time, there are calls to see the two run it back or at least have a segment together on the road to WrestleMania 42. Next up, a new champion, a huge draw. Speaking of the new WWE champion, he received a hero's welcome in Glasgow this past weekend, and the attendance numbers are an indicator that WWE made the right call in crowning McIntyre. The live event in Glasgow was a legit sellout, and WWE had over 11,600 fans in attendance. This is PLE levels of attendance, and it goes to show that WWE live event circuit remains red hot. There are calls for WWE to deliver another show in the UK, specifically a PLE, as the UK crowd is a market that always sells out arenas no matter what. Next up, WWE going all in to shut down leaks. The WWE spoilers could be a thing of the past, as they're now attempting to shut down internal leaks. Speaking on the Keeping It 100 podcast, SmackDown GM Nick Aldis stated that WWE is now running like a government agency, and only a select number of talent are being provided with sensitive information. There are certain things where it's like levels of clearance at a CIA or something. My level of clearance might be level 4, not level 5, right? My clearance gets me into production meetings and things like that, but then there are moments where it's like, okay, everyone leave except for these people. I'm trying to think, there have been several surprises just recently, like Matt Cardona for example. I didn't know about Cardona's return. This should in theory stop any major leaks from occurring. Time will tell if WWE's new bold strategy works. Next up, WrestleMania plans are locked in. A WrestleMania season is officially here, and a new report has indicated that the current plans for the grand show are now locked in. According to Body Slam Plus via Patreon, WrestleMania is set in motion, and the top of the card is penciled in. With the Royal Rumble in a few weeks, WrestleMania is right around the corner. WWE now has a clear plan in place for WrestleMania, barring any injuries or unforeseen circumstances. The majority of the top of the card is officially penciled in. This is interesting because WWE didn't always plan for Drew McIntyre to win the WWE title in January, as if you watch yesterday's news, it was kind of like a last hour decision. So it's possible that these WrestleMania plans haven't changed and McIntyre won't be the WWE champion by the time April rolls around. One popular theory online suggests that Cody Rhodes is going to win the WWE title again before WrestleMania, possibly even at Elimination Chamber in Chicago. Whilst giving Rhodes the title heading into the biggest show of the year makes good business sense, it would be somewhat disappointing if McIntyre had a really short reign with the title, especially after fans have wanted him to have a reign for some time. And it's been widely reported that Roman Reigns vs Cody Rhodes Part 3 is planned for WrestleMania, and with Reigns making it clear that he's coming for the WWE title, it's unlikely that this is a non-title showdown. It's unclear where exactly this leaves McIntyre, but it's possible that he wrestles a name such as Obafemi, or even a legacy name such as Chris Jericho. And is WWE for sale again? Now, final story today looks at the truth behind rumors that WWE is going to be sold to Saudi Arabia. Earlier this month, former WWE employee Jonathan Coachman claimed that Saudi Arabia could purchase WWE. This report wasn't verified by anyone else, but now Sean Ross Sapp via his Fightful Select Q&A series has shut this down. Not anytime soon. WWE is a huge money earner for TKO right now. A sale doesn't make sense unless it's too good to be a true offer. Funny enough, if Saudi tried to buy WWE in 2016, they probably could have. For now, TKO is happy to chip away at their debt by making money hand over fist. Now it appears that Coachman must have been trolling, but the report never made sense in the first place, as it would be totally nonsensical for TKO to sell such a huge money earner. The only time it could become an option for TKO to sell WWE is when it becomes not a viable money-making attraction, but this is unlikely to occur anytime soon. But there you have it folks, our look at Raw as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.